Hey everyone, welcome to the Checker Chat. I'm Justin,
Blake.
and we are here after good old Michigan. We almost had a hometown boy win this one. Actually,
2 days in a row.
Yeah, 2 days in a row, and then also, you had the two hometown boys in contention. It seemed like for like a good bit of this race.
And the other one was just there,
Who's
blowing
Who's the
tires.
other one?
Brad.
Oh, I totally forgot he's from
Yeah.
Michigan.
So,
My
but
bad.
we still have never had someone from the state of Michigan win Michigan.
That's wild.
Especially with how good Brad was in his Penske prime, that he never won there.
Yeah, pretty wild. Yeah. So we got some news this week. There was actually a decent bit of stuff come out. Ned Jarrett passed away. Rest in peace. Thoughts and prayers to the Jarrett family.
He was, I would say, arguably as good when it came to broadcasting as he was as a driver.
Yeah.
Like you go back and listen to the old 90s broadcast with him and they're great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, NASCAR community has lost an absolute shitload of people in the past
Way
6,
too
7
many
months.
since December.
Yeah. You know, I had this conversation today at work with Avery talking about how,
You can't even say that anymore.
yeah, because it's like my brain immediately when I'm trying to think of a number, like of a roundabout or something, I'd be like 6 or 7, and then it's always you say it, and then there's some idiot there going 6, 7, 6, 7, and sometimes the idiot's me. But
we're all a little brain rotted.
yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, and Mal just texted me and said 6, 7. Jesus Christ Almighty!
Shout out Mal 6'7".
6, 7, 6, 7. I don't even know what it means.
It
doesn't mean anything. That's the best part about it.
Yeah, the best part.
Anyways,
now back to acting our age.
I'm starting my no, I'm not acting my age yet. I'm starting my petition for Corey Heim to not drive the 35, to drive the 67, so that he'll be
Perfect
the 6'7" car, and no, he won't be the youngest driver, but I think that it would be pretty hilarious for him to drive the 6'7" car, because I feel like everybody would just start referring to it as the 6'7" car and not the 67.
Because last year, I believe, or maybe early this year, one of the times he drove the 67 car.
Oh, he led 69 laps.
Yeah,
Yes.
that and 2311 did a edit for social media with that 6-7 song and had him do like the little hand motion.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, is this what we've really come to?
It literally, like Corey Heim leading 69 laps in the 67 car. It's like millennials,
Peak
Gen
memes.
Z, handshake in the middle. Corey Heim at Texas. It was at Texas.
If only it was a 420-mile race, then it really would have been crazy.
That would have been hilarious. I would have lost it. Anyways, next thing that we have is all around RCR. I'm kind of going to combine these two. So it's confirmed that Austin Hill will be in the 33 for the remainder of this year at RCR. And then also it was brought up, one at Michigan, there was supposed to be a press conference where Kyle Busch was going to be extending his contract with RCR. It was never actually, it just said he was extending it. They never said like how long was the plan or anything like that. But I imagine it would have
been long enough,
multi-year,
like for Jesse Love to turn 21.
Yeah.
Or I forgot what age they said.
Yeah, it's
because different laws in different states. I think like you kind of have to, because basically the root funding of the sponsorship when it comes to the 8 car is nicotine pouches and bourbon and betting.
Yeah.
So you definitely bet MGM.
Oh, betting. I thought you meant like
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Betting, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Don't go in the Beyond section. You'll end up in the back rooms. But yeah, they got the entity back there. He's chilling, drinking a Miller Lite. Anyways, Yeah, those are the big sponsors, and they don't want to have a younger face
Well, I
as the
also think it
driver.
probably just like legally, I don't think you could have somebody that's not of age to enjoy
Well,
your
yes,
products. Like,
but I think that if you're 21 in every state, you can buy nicotine products, you can buy alcohol,
and you most
and
likely can bet.
I think you only have to be 18 to bet,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. So, like, interesting to think of that.
Yeah.
Um,
I never took that into consideration or as part of my thought process when I was like, I want Jesse Love to run part of this year. So it makes sense why he won't be.
yeah,
And that also makes sense why there were ties for Jesse Love at Legacy, because I think everybody realizes he's probably somebody you want to get to the Cup Series sooner rather than later and see what they got.
yeah,
So
yeah. Um, but there's also been rumor of for next year, Noah Gragson going to that ride because of his ties to Bass Pro. And that's interesting to me because do you make Austin Hill the betting, the nicotine, the all of that, the bourbon, yada yada, that guy, and then you make Noah Gragson the Bass Pro guy, but then
what happens to Austin Dillon in that scenario?
sorry, I meant Austin Dillon.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
there's too many Austins in this freaking sport.
No, because I think that Austin Dillon, they would just alternate off what weeks who ran Bass Pro and probably never
That's
do
true.
both, because I think Johnny Morris is like a good friend, which Johnny Morris is like owner of Bass Pro or CEO
Yeah,
of Bass
yeah,
Pro or whatever.
yeah,
He's good friends with RCR, like with Childress, with
yeah,
Austin Dillon, and he's been with Gregson for a while. So I would think that they would probably trade those off. And then hopefully that, which also I think whoever takes that seat at RCR, um, there's no way that like the sponsors will not be involved in picking that driver,
yeah,
because they're going to need to retain as many of those sponsors as humanly possible in order to fund the ride for the full year. Now, maybe if it's Gregson that goes over, Miller Tech will follow him or
yeah.
something like that.
Rush might.
Rush feels more FRM than Gregson
Well,
because
wasn't Rush Stuart Haas? Which that was really because of Tony,
yeah,
probably.
but in at least in the next gen era, I feel like Rush more has been FRM. I know they did
Mm,
some stuff with Stuart
yeah,
Haas, but like the 34 or the 38 has ran Love's stuff, and then
that's
you think
true.
about Lane Riggs is basically full season in trucks every year as
That's
Love's,
true.
and
You have a point.
so
Yeah, interesting stuff to think about because I mean, does Gregson go there and then
I think that the way it is sounding, there's a very small percentage that Gregson will be back in the 4 car next year.
yeah,
It to me, so I'll go ahead and spoil this next one and kind of get the ball rolling on that, and then that'll lead us into a little silly season debate. Josh Berry is not returning to the Wood Brothers next year. That was announced today, which he
mhm,
even said didn't shock him with the struggles lately.
yeah,
Understandably so. So to me, I think Ford is about to have a big shakeup because there's not really Ford pipeline prospect drivers right now because
no.
they've completely fallen out of the O'Reilly series.
Yeah, they've
Um,
completely ripped their presence out
so
completely.
maybe Lane Riggs gets a call up all the way to Cup. Maybe. But that's the only Ford driver I would think in the truck series that you could make an argument is ready. But I think that Barry has a good shot to end up in the 4 car
Yeah,
if Lane Riggs doesn't get the super promotion.
yeah, I
Um,
could see that.
and then in that scenario, the 21's open. So to me, we've already heard the rumors that Busher is being sought out like heavily by teams as a free agent this year.
Yeah,
So to me, there was a mention on DBC that one of the two big teams going after him was Ford. And you're like, big Ford team that isn't RFK, so that's Penske.
Yeah, there's not really another big Ford team.
Yeah, and I don't think this is like a crazy hot take or getting too conspiratorial or whatever, but if there's one person that's about to lose their job at Penske, it's Cindric.
Yeah.
Even though you could argue that Logano's been doing a lot worse by his own standards.
You definitely can, but it's Logano's got the 3 championships.
And,
so.
I mean, he's kind of just feels Penske through and through at this point. So, like, but the other thing, that Wood Brothers car might as well be a 4th Penske car. It's made in-house.
Yeah, that was the thing. I told Mal about this, and she's like, wait, so Cindric wouldn't be Penske anymore? And I'm like, technically, no, if he does go to Wood Brothers, but he might as well be.
To me, the best relation of that is if you look at F1 and there's like Red Bull and then their junior team of V-Carb.
Yeah.
It's like he's going from, or baseball, he's going from major leagues. He's going from Penske down to AAA. He's going to Wood Brothers.
Yeah, but then you have them on the same track.
Yeah, I mean, but just like the tier of team.
But I know what you're saying.
So the F1
is a little more. Yeah. I do think that would. I think that Cindric 100% could go to Wood Brothers and win.
I don't doubt it, just because Barry has won in Wood Brothers equipment. The Wood Brothers have won. The Wood Brothers haven't ran god awful the whole next gen era. And at the end of the day, they're gonna. So Penske's having a down year. Ford as a whole is having a down year. But Wood Brothers is gonna feel a lot more of that down year than Penske.
100%.
While it's constructed in-house and everything, technically all the employees that work on the Wood Brothers car are Wood Brothers quote-unquote employees, like that kind of situation. So, but if it comes down to it, I don't see the big fall off for Cindric, because the car, while it may be worse, won't be that much worse.
Yeah.
And super speedways are the great equalizer, and he's very good at super speedways. So he definitely will still win here and there with the Wood Brothers car.
I just find it absolutely ironic. Well, not ironic, but funny that if Buescher does go to Penske, he'd be driving the 2 and coming off of driving for RFK.
Yeah.
Like, I thought about that today.
Bring the Blue Deuce back.
Yeah. I'm like, it's just, it's wild to me to, like, I wonder if that would, it probably wouldn't, because I feel like in Brad's eyes, Chris can do no wrong. I just feel, for some reason, I feel like that. Like, I just wonder if it would be any kind of like beef sort of thing.
I mean, I would think maybe slightly behind closed doors he might feel some type of way about it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're going to have to make the tough decision, that they being RFK, they're not guaranteed a 3rd charter next year.
Yeah, that's the thing. As of right now, they're running Priest's car as an open.
That would be for next year.
For next year, that's what I just said.
Yeah. So, it's interesting that, I don't know. I could see the appeal of like going to Penske over RFK, but also I would see the appeal to not leave RFK to go to Penske, because like I feel like RFK is still in their younger stages.
Yeah.
But they team wise show a lot more speed week in and week out than Penske.
Yeah.
Penske's like,
Blaney's the only car that exists most weeks. I mean, if we're going to be real.
So I think that'll be interesting. Because like they wouldn't make Buescher be the open car because I'm sure he has something in his contract that he has to be in a chartered car and all that kind of stuff. But then you think about the logistics of running an open car all year. That's a lot of money that you're not getting a return on investment with, because you're not getting the same cut when it comes to where you finish and like that kind of like all that stuff.
Yeah, no, it's interesting for sure. And I mean, I feel like in that situation, unfortunately, it makes the most sense for Brad to be the open car. And here's why I say that. Brad has had his time in the sunshine.
Yeah.
And while he has ran a lot better this season, I feel like compared to last season.
Yeah.
I think that it's time for him to focus a little more on the owner aspect of it.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
And I think him being the open car, because it's like, oh, if I don't make a race, so be it. You know, that kind of whole deal, I feel like makes more sense to me. And then having Priest and Buescher being the guarantee every week kind of guys.
It would just be weird, though, to have a world in which Buescher isn't RFK, because Buescher feels
feels RFK, yeah.
And like, I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, I agree with what you're saying, but it's kind of splitting hairs when you get to the point of who really deserves more to be the open car when it comes to Priest versus Brad, because I feel like 1 week,
yeah, no. I'm not talking about based off of performance.
Well,
I'm just talking about when it comes to history and stuff.
But I was just saying, if you throw performance into the equation, then it becomes really close, because I feel like 80% of the time, your best RFK car that week will be Buescher.
Yeah.
And then it flip-flops if it's Brad or if it's Priest.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
the other thing that I put in news, let's just save it for during the race, because that makes more sense to me.
Let me double check and make sure there's nothing else that I wanted.
Everybody bully Blake in the comments to actually add stuff to the news and not just pull it off of his messages that he sent me and Daniel.
Some of it, it's not even just, some stuff I save and don't send y'all.
Okay, I see.
Like I have here, I'll show you. So I have
like the little saved thing.
I have a private save.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that way it's not, oh, I'm just recycling everything I've sent you. I try to make where I bring something up and you're like, whoa, maybe maybe you haven't heard that yet.
Yeah.
Daniel Dye is expanding his cup schedule.
Okay. Yeah.
He'll be running the Brickyard 400. And I believe, let me double check this weekend's entry list, but I believe he's also running Pocono in the 78 Live Fast. I can't remember. Okay. He is. I'm just gonna be honest. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, because I mean, let's be real. He's not exactly lighting the world on fire.
I mean,
when he's in those cars.
Yeah. But then, like, devil's advocate of that is like,
it's a Live Fast Motorsports car.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But I think I just mean it from the aspect of like, how many other prospects are there that could benefit from getting seat time in the next gen car? And we're a lot, and we're really putting Daniel Dye up there.
We're cycling between Daniel Dye, Catherine Legg, and Anthony Alfredo.
Like Alfredo's one I would almost like to see run that car the most.
I agree, but
no, I see your argument, because then also you go back down into Chevy's camp in the lower series. You have Creed you could put in there. You have you have Jesse Love.
Why have we not seen Creed?
And think about it. Is it hurting anything? Because I don't see Haas running a second open car just to put him in there. So,
no.
Like Jesse Love, I would understand, because
RCR runs well, I was going to say was running the 33, but
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he has ran some in that, but it would almost make more sense if Beard Motorsports, the 62 car, ran open, and Jesse Love did it, because I believe that's what he did for Talladega earlier this year. Was he was in the 62 car, or maybe he was 33. I can't remember.
He was in one of them.
Yeah, he was in one of the Chevys.
He's been in both.
But yeah, I don't fully know if I understand or get behind that he's the guy that we're just giving out rides to at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
to each their own. Do what you got to do and pay your bills and whatnot. But
do your thing, boo boo.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, what Justin said.
Yeah.
So the truck race, we'll go ahead and get on to Michigan, unless there's anything else silly season wise.
Nothing I can think of as of right now.
Okay. So, in the absolute most shocking finish ever, nobody ever saw this guy winning the truck race. Corey Heim won.
Called it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. While I could have fun and be like, oh, of course you picked. I mean, it's just such a safe bet.
Yeah, if
and
he's running, then literally,
it really like to save time on this, because if you watch the race, I think you'll understand. I'm not really gonna give you a lap by lap, because Hocevar kind of dominated the race.
Yeah,
I mean, it was Hocevar and Bell mixed in Honeycutt here and there for a while. Like Bell won stage 1, followed by Hocevar, Honeycutt, Smith, and Riggs. I mean, if that's just not a top 5, like that's such a basic top 5 you would expect.
Yeah.
And then by stage 2, you have Bell winning it again. Okay, I guess the domination was a decent split of Bell and Hocevar, because Bell won the stages.
Yeah, it feels like Bell just had a little bit more in the tank at the end of the stages.
Yeah, he had the long run.
Yeah.
But stage 2 was Bell winning, Hyman second, Hocevar in third, Honeycutt fourth, and Chandler Smith in fifth. Cletus spun out on lap 68 from 20th in turn 2. Didn't really pick up any damage. Was able to fight back to, I believe, a 25th place finish.
I think he finished on the lead lap.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know, you had your wrecks here and there, your usual suspects. Chris Wright wrecked. Heim did not take the lead until lap 1. Let me double check that. 111. He put the bumper to Chandler Smith, getting him a little loose in turn 1, was able to take the lead. This is the 31st straight race that Corey Heim has led in the Truck Series, the longest streak of all time.
Oh, I'm excited to see this boy run in.
Yeah. So fast forward to lap 25. Like, that's what I'm saying. He literally only led the last 11 laps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, domination by any stretch of the imagination? No. But putting together a race, working on your truck the whole time, and I mean, literally, I want to say, let me double check qualifying, but I want to say he qualified in the 20s. Let's see.
He qualified 23rd.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, a Corey Heim kind of day.
Yeah.
Now, I will say there was a little controversy at the finish of this race. Not the first time that we've had this. Heim and Honeycutt were your two that looked to get the win at the end, and Honeycutt was getting the run. Heim blocked him like very, very, very aggressively. Was it dirty? No, not really. But I get that Heim is part-time and Heim is looking for the wins.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, at some point, if I'm David Gilliland at Tricon, I'm going to sit Corey down and be like, okay, I don't care which one of you wins. One of you needs to win. But you're kind of putting both of our trucks in a bad spot. And if Honeycutt wasn't mature enough to give up on the run and concede, he could wad both of you up and you give the win away to somebody else.
Yep.
So is Heim doing anything egregious or anything wrong? No. Does it kind of even rub me the wrong way as somebody that's a fan of Heim? But, I mean, I'm also a fan of Honeycutt. It kind of rubs me the wrong way because, like, I'm not saying that you just need to let him pass you and give him a lane, but, like, there's a line that he's, like, just balancing on. It's not over it. It just slightly rubs me the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, there's going to come a day that he's going to be down in the truck series and he's going to throw a block on Honeycutt, and Honeycutt's just not going to lift.
Yeah.
And the thing is, after the race in the media center, so, well, backtrack that. Honeycutt's post-race interview, he was like, I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to keep it positive. I'm not going to say anything I'll regret, like knowing how upset he is with Corey Heim.
Yeah.
In the media center after Heim had done all of his celebrating and whatnot, they asked him about, like,
didn't he basically say, like,
he basically
cry a river, build a bridge, get over it?
Yeah, he basically said that he's going to need to get some tougher skin if he wants to make it.
Yeah.
Which,
fair point.
But you also kind of have to realize you're racing him like a complete dick when you're in the same manufacturer, you're in the same team.
Yeah.
And, like, I get it. It's a pride thing. Corey Heim's looking at the 11 truck that he won 11 times or 12 times or whatever it was last year with. That's won one race this year. Yeah. And if he can help the number be lower, you have to think, as a race car driver, you have pride and you have an ego. Everybody's is at a different level, but you have to think part of it feels really good for him to be like, yeah, remember when all y'all said, oh, look how great Honeycutt's going to be, literally just because he has the 11 truck. Yeah. He's going to get all of these wins. Well, here I am still, and I'm beating the 11 truck that has my notebook from last year, that has my crew chief, that has my pit crew. I'm over here winning, like, all the races for Tricon in different numbers, different crew chiefs, different teams, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just think he's going out there, and while he didn't, I feel like deep down just a little bit, and this is nothing against Heim or anything, I feel like he may be a little salty about not getting a cup ride for this year, like a full-time ride anywhere. And he's like, oh, well, all right, I'm going to make sure that I have one next year, and is going and just winning and winning and winning, especially in the truck series. And then even when he comes to cup, is contending.
Like, very competitive to be the limited starts he has. Yeah. One thing I found interesting, I want to say it was DBC where I saw a clip and heard this, and I don't remember who it was that was talking to Heim, but he said he's known that he was going to get the cup ride this, like, for next year for 2 years now. So he's, like, been playing a perfect card this whole time of, like, man, I just don't know when I'm going to go. I'm just out here fighting for a ride, fighting for my life. Like,
yeah.
And I mean, we all know that he's, like, been tied to 2311 and wore, like, 2311 suits when it comes to racing the trucks, and he did part-time, but, like, to know about that for 2 years.
Yeah.
And never
ever
give it away and just kind of play that sad, it is
I
what
don't
it is.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
good on him.
Yeah.
It's not like when Chase Briscoe was going
to the 19.
And was it Bell?
Yeah, it was Bell. He's like, chase it.
And then everybody's like, Elliott or Briscoe?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, use your brain.
And then it was like, I think it was Byron. He tweeted, he's like, I'm so excited for my teammate Chase Elliott to be going to JGR.
Yeah.
Something stupid like that. Yeah. I don't have much else on the truck race. I mean,
let me give you your top 10 and we'll call it on the trucks and we'll go to Cup. That is Nashville. So sorry. I was like, Lane Riggs did not win this. I accidentally swiped. So your winner was Corey Heim, Caden Honeycutt in second, Carson Hocevar in third, Lane Riggs fourth, Chandler Smith fifth, Christopher Bell in sixth, Ricky Stenhouse in seventh, Connor Mozak in eighth, Jake Garcia in ninth, and rounding out the top 10, Tyler Ankrum.
I will say Ricky is really shaping up for when he retires from Cup that he could go and probably do a full season and maybe get a championship in truck.
I wonder if he would.
I mean, if he was given the right ride, that's the thing. He's not running in top tier equipment when he goes down there.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
I think that he could have if you don't have someone in there like a Heim, he could have a real shot at running for a championship.
I mean, that's valid. I can't remember. Is there a rule though about like well, I don't know why I want to say or feel like there's a rule about like age running for championships in the lower series. I know you have to declare if you're running multiple series what series you want your points to be in, but
I don't think there's anything about age. It's just we tend to see truck.
Yeah.
All the older guys that run in truck or that do like one-offs are either Cup guys or they're just randos kind of.
Oh, one more thing, silly season news related wise. I don't know why neither of us remembered to talk about this. Denny Hamlin.
Oh yeah, him
like
leaking that Brent Cruz
is his replacement. Which I think we all knew after Heim was given
2311.
But I don't know if I fully classify that as a leak because, like I said, I think we all kind of saw that coming.
Yeah.
But then two, there's still always the possibility that Heim gets the promotion to JGR and Cruz goes to 2311. I don't see it happening that way personally.
I don't think so. I think that Heim is going to become the face of 2311.
Yeah.
I
do too.
Like, you think about it, you have a younger guy driving for Michael Jordan's team. Think about all the stuff that like Complex and stuff has done with Reddick because Reddick has been winning and stuff here lately. Imagine now it's a younger guy.
Yeah.
Even though Reddick's not that old.
Right.
He's only like 30.
Let me double check.
I want to say I saw a video. I think he's like maybe 32. But I mean,
he is 30.
Yeah.
He was Mr. Tyler George Reddick was born on January 11th.
Tyler George Reddick. Georgie. He looks like a George.
I just feel like he looks like a Tyler.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I know it's a layup because that's his name, but also he kind of just gives those vibes.
Yeah. I think, in my opinion, Corey is going to be the face of 2311. And also, I'll give you a very, 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 very piping hot take.
All right, let's hear it.
Corey Heim will be the first driver to bring a championship to 2311.
Okay. I don't agree, but I do very much agree that is a like super hot piping take.
Yes.
Now, I will say, you know what? Bookmark that, remember that, keep that in the back of your head. We're going to do the Cup Series, and then I think you know where I'm going with this potentially, but I'm going to give a rebuttal hot take to that, but we need to let Cup play out first.
I think I know what your take will be, but
yeah.
Yeah. So, Cup this week, Denny Hamlin said, "Hey, remember Nashville? Yeah, I'm going to do that again."
Except for this time, it was, which I will say, I was so impressed with. He got a flat tire. He damaged and drug the bottom of that car off, and then went out and beat Hocevar for the pole. And Hocevar had sat like P1 for a minute in that qualifying. Like he put up a lap that was like, it was going to take something special to beat it. And then here comes Denny Hamlin in a damaged car at the ripe age of like 42 or 43 to take it.
No, he's only 40.
Oh, I don't know why I always think he's older than he is.
Yeah, this is something funny. They said it on the broadcast. They're like, he turned 40 and he hasn't stopped winning since then.
Yeah.
His birthday was the week before Nashville. He won Nashville.
Yeah.
He wins Michigan.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, Denny might be at the top of his game.
Yeah.
This year.
When it comes to him like staying true to not wanting to hold up Gibbs and letting them go on with their progression and everything, while I don't love Denny Hamlin, and he's definitely bottom of the barrel driver for me on how much I like the driver, you can't help but to be like, you know what? I think while you would always still have that itch to drive, how awesome would it be to go out while you're still on top?
Yeah.
Like, no disrespect to your Bill Elliott's and Mark Martins and your Bobby Labanis, but like some of them stayed around for Jimmy Johnson even
Martin
right
Truex.
now. Like some of the, well, I don't know. Truex kind of, he was having down years, but it wasn't as long and drawn out.
True. Okay. I see what you're saying.
But like they kind of just stayed around for the itch of racing, which is fair and respectable in all of their cases because they were very good in their time. But they kind of just stayed around and you forgot about them. They were there.
Yeah.
And Denny wants to go out with you remembering this dude was a threat to come to the racetrack every weekend and win.
Yeah. No, I mean like.
And that's pretty cool. But B, that's impressive because how many people can you look back on at the end of their career that got better?
Yeah.
That were still like, they almost like came into a second prime.
Yeah. No, like 100%. It's crazy to think of the season and the off season this guy has had.
Yeah.
I mean, his dad passes away in a house fire. His mom gets severely injured in the same house fire.
Yeah. Lawsuit. Kyle Busch,
longest running teammate duo in NASCAR history.
Oh yeah.
And is literally at the top of his game.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for the fact of Reddick coming out of the gate winning, what was it? Like the first 5 fucking races, like
5 of the first 9, I think.
Yeah, it's something crazy like
3
that.
in a row.
Yes, 3 in a row. Like, if it was not for that, Denny's point lead would be insane.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. I think what would happen is if you didn't have Reddick there, say, let's pitch hypothetical. That's sticky. Ew. I don't know why that's sticky. Let's just play hypothetical here for a second. Reddick doesn't exist. He's not there.
Reddick has gone to the shadow realm.
Reddick has, for some reason, just never happened.
Okay.
I don't know.
Some real Rick and Morty stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is like alternate timeline. Yeah, alternate timeline. Harambe was not killed.
Oh my god. Not that rabbit hole.
No. I think that you saw at the beginning of the season Reddick having such a huge gap after his wins, his multiple wins. And now you're starting to see that gap close. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and Denny's catching up to him.
Right.
I think that if the role, I mean, obviously, if the roles were reversed and he won the first 5 of 9 and then also is winning these, whatever. I think that if he won the first 5, I guess, okay, better way, roles reversed. Denny wins the first 5 of 9. 5 of 9 out of that. I don't think that point.
I don't think anybody catches him.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't at all. I mean, I don't mean to sit here and just glaze Denny Hamlin because
the reset gives hope, but still, like regular season wise, nobody catches him 110% certainty.
Yeah. Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that while everybody, I'm not saying he is my pick to win the championship or anything.
Yeah.
But I think that there might be some people come November that are eating their words of saying last year was his
best
chance at winning 100%. The championship. That's another thing to add into his offseason. He came off a season where he was this close to winning the championship and did not win it. Anyways, back to the race, and we're gonna stop glazing Denny Hamlin until the end of this. So Zilich, good Lord, I feel bad for the kid.
Hamlin said, "You want to see me do it again?" And then Zilich was like, "Hey, I'm gonna spin on lap 3, and then you're gonna watch me spin on lap 9."
Yeah, literally 6 laps later.
Close enough. Welcome back, Corey LaJoy. And I hate to say that. That was mean. I'm so sorry. I apologize to the whole Zilich family.
Yeah.
And I apologize to LaJoy because LaJoy couldn't hold a candle to Zilich's talent.
Exactly.
You know, that was out of bounds. I'm sorry.
So yeah, Denny started from the rear. And he
well, let me, so the list of names starting from the rear is crazy because I won't spoil, even though it's not a spoiler. This is after the race, but you had Cindric, Hamlin, Bell, Barry, Byron, and Eric Jones all go to the rear. The amount of them that made it to the front and contended and like shaked and baked, if you will, was insane. Other than Josh Berry.
Yes, other than Josh Berry. Hope you find a ride for next year.
Go back to JRM if you have to.
Do something.
No shame in it.
Yeah. So yeah, and Hocevar ends up starting from shotgun.
Starting from the pole. Shotgun on the field would be last. That was like
my bad. I'm using different terms.
You're good. Same but different.
Whatever. Starts on the pole pretty much. Basically, you know, of course, there's a ton of cautions in the first 15 laps. But by lap 15...
Shout out Zilich.
Yeah, shout out Zilich. By lap 15, Reddick ends up passing for the lead.
Never looks back.
By lap 24, he's extended his lead by about a second, and then lap 45, he won stage 1.
Which, insane. Well, kind of insane to think about, but also I'm not going to be that guy that continually tries to diminish Reddick in his year. First stage win of the year.
Yeah, that was something interesting.
It was kind of crazy because he's won 5 races, but you also go back and look, and again, I don't want to sound like I'm beating a dead horse, and I don't want to take anything away from Reddick, but even after those first 3 races when he won, I remember saying, like, yes, he won them, but he didn't dominate them. A win is still a win, but all 5 of the races he's won, he's not necessarily dominated them. This is the first stage win of the year, and we're at Michigan. We're in the prime coverage of NASCAR. We've gone past Fox. We're in the prime part. Like, we're in the summer.
Yeah.
And this is the first stage win.
Yeah.
That's why while being super, super, super consistent on his finishes, his points lead has been shrinking because other people are winning the stages and picking up those max points of the stages.
Yeah. So yeah, on the restart, Ty Gibbs leads on the outside, Bubba Wallace on the inside. Ty Gibbs initially edges ahead of Bubba, but Bubba ends up surging back and clears in turn 2. And then Reddick, who started in 5th, is starting to pass Zane Smith for 4th. And then Hocevar passes Ty Gibbs for 2nd in turn 3. Lap 65. Brad Keselowski has a flat tire. Oh no, there's a caution. And then
shortly after,
AJ
Allmendinger spins off turn 2. Having a rather solid run for a second week in a row. Maybe not as good as Nashville, but
no, for sure. And you had Chase, who was that second half of stage 2, kind of was decently dominating.
I mean,
but yeah,
for that part of the race,
true,
he was dominating.
True.
He got to the lead, and I'm gonna glaze Chase for a second. I never do
Dear
that.
Lord, here we go.
I never do that on the podcast.
I'm gonna print you a 9 themed donut and give it to you, and
Perfect.
and I'll bring it out every week when you start glazing Chase.
It won't come out that much.
Yeah.
I try to treat this as if I'm a commentator.
Yeah,
and
that's
not
fair.
be super partial.
Fair.
But he got to the lead. The car woke up in clean air, and it was painful to watch what happened later for multiple reasons. But it felt like a very Chase Elliott win kind of day. The way that like stage 1 works on the car, play some strategy here, play some strategy there. And
I agree.
Allen's been cooking, I'll give him that. We can kind of
we've gotten out of the whole fire Alan Gustafson.
I'm not like super past it, but like I think that they've got better this year working together.
Yeah,
because at times
agree.
when I was like fire Allen, it felt like Chase wanted one thing and Allen wanted the other, and typically what Chase wanted probably would have worked out better.
Yeah.
So I think that internally that whole team has gotten better. But yeah, I mean, he kind of like, I won't say he looked untouchable.
Yeah.
But he looked like he had the dominant car.
Yeah.
Like it looked like it might have been Elliott versus Bell versus Hamlin who was going to win.
Yeah.
Because Larson, if you want to use that as a reference point, didn't even have the same car Chase did.
No, not at all. Yeah, so stage 2 goes to none other than good old Chase Elliott. Lap 142, we have a caution for Zane Smith, who crashed between 1 and 2 while running 9th.
Hot, not hot, but hot take, I think.
Lukewarm take,
room temperature take.
Mm-hmm.
Zane Smith's like quietly the second best Ford driver in this last little stretch.
Yeah,
like,
you have a point.
But that's been Zane Smith. He's the quiet guy that like can crack the top 10, will pretty consistently put you in the top 15.
Yeah.
And like really felt like until that flat tire that he was, and I'm not saying the flat tire just completely derailed everything, but it will take away from momentum. But it felt like he was one right strategy call or one right caution away from maybe looking at a win, as crazy as that sounds, in the upcoming weeks, you know? He was running in the top 10 last week at Nashville, played a beautiful strategy call.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's somebody that like, while Ford is kind of down in the dumps, I could see joining Blaney, like being the second Ford winner.
Yeah. No, I agree. 100%.
I feel like almost the second Ford winner argument feels like it's going to come down to Buescher or Zane Smith.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Logano is typically irrelevant every week.
Yeah. He's forgotten how to drive a car.
Cindric might be in the argument depending on where they stand before coming back to Atlanta, or God forbid, Blaney's still the only Ford winner by the time we go back to Daytona or Talladega later in the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just that weird of a year for Ford because I don't have the faith in Gragson. I don't have the faith in Gilliland. I don't have the faith in Brad or Priest. Like you can go down the list. Like it kind of almost feels like Buescher and Zane Smith are your next best bullet in the your next best bullet in the chamber.
Yeah. Okay, so lap 148 on the restart, William Byron leads from the inside, Christopher Bell on the outside. Byron clears for the lead by turn 1. Elliott gets under Bell to battle for second in turn 3. And this is where Elliott's day went and Bell's day went to absolute shit. Chase gets loose under Bell and hits Bell, and they both make the hardest hit in next gen history.
Arguably. I still would give the hardest hit of the next gen era to Blaney at Daytona.
Yeah.
I watched, it was weird. I think for whatever reason, the algorithm was pulling up old wrecks for me on TikTok that people had like put in edits and different stuff. But to me, off the top of my head, I would say like the top 5 next gen hits will go like 5-1.
Okay.
Blaney at Nashville, when he went head on into the concrete barrier on the inside, I believe that was 2023 because me and Lily were there. Priest and Lars. Well, Priest's flip at Daytona,
the first one.
In the 41, the barrel roll flip.
Yeah, that one was
like, because usually flips aren't hard hits, but the amount of times that car hit and just looked like a crushed up beer can when it got done and on fire, that is in the top 5.
Yeah.
You have Priest and Larson at Talladega, where Larson comes back up the track and Priest T-bones him, and it's a wonder that.
Well, another one I would say that I feel like we forget about a lot is Larson and Briscoe at Atlanta.
Yeah, and Bowman at Michigan.
Yeah, that's another one.
The hit of this, it knocked Bell's side window out and damaged the roof of the 5 car because the window was flying backwards.
Yeah. I mean, this has got to be if not the hardest hit, a contender for it.
It's top 2.
Yeah, for sure. Which we end up finding out that Christopher Bell has a fractured wrist, but he is going to be cleared to race this weekend. So you little Bell fans, don't worry.
2 of you out there.
Yeah, the 2 of you that exist who always end up near us at a race.
Yeah. Mildly hot take on this wreck.
We're just so mild this week.
Well, I'm saving my big hot take and reveal for towards the end of this episode.
Okay.
This, while being, I genuinely feel like a pretty split 50-50 hard racing incident, because you look at the factors of the 9 being on 4 tires and the 20 being on 2, the best time to make passes is on the restart, and Chase threw it in deep on the bottom. I say it's 50-50 while most people believe it is more on Chase, just for the sole purpose of how wide Michigan was that day. And Bell didn't, I'm not saying Bell did anything wrong per se, but Bell did not have to run that tight on his door and take the air off.
Yeah.
Like, in that situation, you are trying to disturb the air and get the 9 loose or make the 9 get out of the gas so you can clear off the turn, knowing that he's on 4 tires. It just so happened that he got loose, and then it hooked in traction wise and just shot both of you into the outside wall.
Yeah.
So that's where I say it's 50-50, because you can't say that Chase has no blame, no fault in it, because at the end of the day, he did overdrive the corner trying to make the pass. But I mean, it's just good hard racing. It's you're side drafting, you're taking side force off. Like, Bell, while it sounds bad now to say, knowing that he has a fractured wrist and he had his ankle also looked at, he has blame in it. I know that's probably not a great thing to bring up, but I mean, at the end of the day, you did drive down on the door to take the air off.
Yeah.
Which was your right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
that, and that's the thing where I feel like it comes down to just being a racing deal.
And ultimately, I was very proud, as I know Daniel was too, to be an Elliott fan in that moment, because like, it might look cheesy or sound cheesy to say, but the awareness afterwards to walk over and put your arm around him and apologize and make sure he's okay. Like,
yeah. I mean, that takes,
like, because you know how mad Bell is going to be when you get over, and probably in pain too.
Yeah.
And you also know how frustrated you are, but in that moment to go over and put everything behind you and just be like, hey, you good? And then like pat each other on the back, take the ambulance ride. Like, that was good to see, sportsmanship wise.
Definitely. This ends up absolutely destroying the safer barrier and brings out the red flag. I'm so sorry if you can hear Rosie barking. It is what it is. We don't have a private studio.
Contrary to popular belief.
belief.
We are not professionals.
Yeah. So red flag is out for about, I think it was about 20 minutes or so, give or take.
I don't know, because I fell behind in watching, so I just fast forwarded through it.
Oh, yeah. I want to say it was like 20 minutes.
That checks out.
Lap 154 on the restart. Byron leads from the inside. Suarez on the outside. Denny Hamlin surges up to third on the back stretches. Byron and Suarez remain side by side. Suarez clears for the lead off of turn 4. Michael McDowell ends up hitting the back of Noah Gragson, triggers a multi-car accident. The cars involved: Gragson, Dillon, Barry, Hill, Sinhouse, Cody Ware, Ryan Preece, Michael McDowell, SVG, and it's the 11th caution, tying the track record.
Ty Dillon, to clarify, because we have
Oh,
two Dillons.
yeah, my bad. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I'm looking out for our listeners here that might be confused.
Sorry, I just coughed in your direction. I did not mean to do that.
And by our listeners that may be confused, I'm mainly talking about Avery.
Yeah, Avery and Gage.
Yeah.
Well, shout out you guys.
Well, I'm not going to throw shade at Gage. I don't know Gage like that, but I want to throw shade at Avery.
You can throw all the shade you want at Avery. Yeah, that's your third week in a row getting shouted out on here, Gage. I know you're listening. Anyways, he'll think that's funny because he came up to me and talked to me about it, about being talked about on here. Anyways, either way, basically after that, Denny runs away with it.
Yeah.
And Denny wins.
Yeah. I give the top 10, actually.
Yeah, your top 10 was Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson, Carson Escobar, Daniel Suarez, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Chris Buescher, and Chase Briscoe.
And then if you look right there in 11th and 12th, two kind of surprises, Cindric and Cole Custer.
Yeah.
Cindric literally was about to get a top 10, but then also was the caution that would have just absolutely just made this race even more hard to watch at the end because, oof.
Yeah.
He got like dead sideways, and then you could almost see with the way that he drove that car. He's like, you know what? A top 10, whatever. 11th is good enough. We're just gonna.
He said his glute activation could have cut diamonds or something like that in an interview. And I'm like, that's funny. Yeah, no, that was, I was sitting there watching Denny run away with. I'm like, can there be a caution, please?
And then you see it and you're like, maybe not.
Yeah. And then you realize afterwards that he tied Kyle Busch's Cup Series wins, and they brought out the 18 flag that was stylized with the RCR 8, and then the Joe Gibbs one
from the 18.
Super cool.
If they make those hats, I will purchase one.
Yeah, they should do something. Honestly, I think that's the sticker they need to sell.
And I'm not mad at it taking time, because that's definitely something that you want to get right.
Yeah, definitely. But also, like, how cool of a way to combine those two. Like, that's awesome.
It was so, like, and then I thought about it in the moment, and then because, I'm not great at making edits and making TikToks and whatnot. Shout out Justin for handling our TikTok. In the moment, I'm like, oh, this is just so Jeff Gordon car tomorrow at Phoenix with the 3 flag out the window. And then everybody made the comparison in the edits. And I was like, you know what? I don't like Denny Hamlin. And I'm not afraid to admit it. It's well known if you listen to this podcast. But that was one of the moments where I was not even in the slightest bit mad. And once I realized that was 63 and like he had that lead, I was like, no caution, just let him win. Like, I want to see this. Because it was good. It felt like healing. Like, that's me getting soft with old age.
Yeah.
I say old age jokingly, but that's me getting soft as I get older. I will say, and I never thought I'd ever say this, Denny's kind of growing on me a little bit. He's not bottom of the barrel anymore. Like,
I think I may not flip him off every single lap.
Nah, I won't.
Next race.
But he definitely will be booed every time he comes out in driver intros, all that kind of stuff. But, and I'm not saying that he's like climbing my ranks or anything, but he's not bottom anymore, because I don't feel like we really have a villain in NASCAR anymore right now. I feel like he's got to the point where he knows this is the end, and he wants to like leave you with something.
We don't
where
have
you
a
don't
fan
hate
villain.
him.
We have a driver villain.
Yeah, we have a driver villain. We don't have a fan villain. And then another person still at the bottom, but his maturity that has been shown in these past few weeks has been growing on me is Bubba.
Yeah.
Because through the whole Kyle Busch passing situation, I gained respect for him and how he handled all of that. And then even this weekend, most people after Hocevar's wreck, which you can argue that Larson stacked the whole inside lineup. Either way you want to slice it, Hocevar knows better than to push and turn at the same time. He all he was trying to do is the bottom lane stacked up. He was trying to make a move. He was trying to if gap car, Hocevar. But
if gap car Hocevar.
Yeah.
That rhymes.
Have you seen those memes?
No, I have not.
It's literally like if gap car and then it's in the quotation marks and it says Hocevar.
That's funny.
But Bubba to go like sit on the wall with him and be and like while being animated and frustrated with him, like all the drivers are, be like, you were fast. We're all jealous of you and how fast you are. But the reason we beat you every week is because we can put a whole race together and not put ourselves in those bad situations, and you can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, do I think that Bubba has everything it takes across the board to be a mentor for younger drivers? No, absolutely not by any stretch of the imagination. But the self-awareness and maturity to, while still being upset and visibly upset with Hocevar, to sit down and deliver that message to him, I got a little respect.
Yeah. That's valid. You're going to move on to Tricky Triangle?
Yeah. Shout out to Spire also, though, for double top 10.
Yeah.
It almost feels like right now, in a way, the top 3 Chevy drivers, especially as of late, have been Elliott, Hocevar, and Suarez.
Yeah.
And literally, for the year, Elliott, Hocevar, and Suarez, they're the only 3 Chevy drivers that have won a race.
Yeah. That's very true.
Wild. Like, you couldn't have told me that at the start of this year. And
Yeah. I mean, we definitely looked at this year as Suarez for like a prove it year.
It was basically a prove it year or your career is done, and he's proved it and more.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
he is well exceeding expectations.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll go on to the Tricky Triangle, where in Denny Hamlin's words, you can all go boo my rock one day. 2022, your winner was Chase Elliott, and that is because Denny and Kyle Busch were DQ'd. 2023, Denny Hamlin won. So, I mean, almost started off the next gen era back to back. 2024 was Ryan Blaney, and 2025 was Chase Briscoe.
Nice. Paint schemes.
Yeah. Once again, we share one.
Yeah, we share one. Our favorite this week. Do you want me to hit them with it?
No, I changed my favorite. We share our least favorite.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting.
Okay, I was wondering if you were going to change it to this.
I was waiting on that one to be put on the site because I still will go by the rules of it has to be
on the site. Yeah.
And also, I'm not going to lie, for full transparency, that makes my job a lot easier to make the graphics.
Yes.
But also, I just feel like that should be.
I agree.
Hit us with your favorite.
Okay, so my favorite this week is Ross Chastain's Busch Light Lime car. Yes, Gage, you called it.
The car's awesome.
That car is dope. I almost went with yours, but I didn't because I wasn't sure if it was on the app, and I never checked it before starting. But I'm sticking with the Busch Light scheme.
That's fair. My favorite is Blaney's throwback to Ryan Newman.
Yeah.
That, like, I know we don't have throwback weekend per se anymore, but like if this was ran throwback weekend, this like could have been argued as a top throwback because they hit everything so perfect. Literally the only 2 issues are the same issues with every throwback. The sponsor isn't the same and the number placement is different.
Yeah.
But it's the same number car. That paint scheme is beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
It just, my nostalgia just went up when I saw that. I was like, yes.
Yeah. Least favorite.
Austin Dillon's MGM Survivor, whatever it was.
Yeah, so I actually titled this car Austin Dillon's lazy ass Survivor car because this car is lazy. The paint scheme is lazy.
I mean, it's an MGM car that they just like kind of changed the side.
They said, here's a circle and here's like a still from a Survivor commercial.
Yeah.
It's boring. It doesn't look good.
It looks too jumbled up. It looks like a mess.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't really think there's too much more to dwell on that one.
Yeah, no. I mean,
sorry, RCR, for dunking on you.
Yeah,
but.
I mean, just kind of a dog water week for paint schemes, minus the Ryan Newman and the Bush Lime.
Off the top of my head, I kind of have to agree.
Yeah.
Well, Bubba is debuting the Shady Rays car that looks pretty good.
that one is good. I do agree, but
like literally those are kind of your three top dogs.
Yeah. Picks for this week. We actually don't share any, which is wild.
Well, again, a full transparency moment. Justin's currently beating my ass at picks.
I am. Do you have it?
I don't have it tallied up yet. I forgot to do that today. But you have to think about these past few weeks. I haven't been getting any, and you've been getting one. So like you're
so
building
true.
a lead.
Yeah.
So, which also I didn't look at what your picks were before I made mine. But I'm gonna try to not have the same picks as you because I'd like to make up ground.
Yeah.
So I might change my picks some weeks. And I'm taking it a lot more seriously now. I know I've kind of played around a little bit.
Yeah. But. So, what's your O'Reilly's pick?
Connor Zilic.
Pretty good one, I'd say. Isn't this the site of the collarbone break?
No, that was Watkins Glen. This was the site of when Zilic's crew chief was suspended, so Junior made his crew chiefing debut. And
that's what it was. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My O'Reilly's pick is none other than Mr. 11 replacement Brent Cruz.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
He's definitely like very quickly turned into like arguably your next new O'Reilly's winner.
Yeah. No, I agree. Cup.
I'm going to go with Ryan Blaney. I feel like
good pick.
He's showed some speed lately.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he's the only fourth that shows speed most weeks, and this is a solid track for him.
He's won here before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't pick Denny to go 3 in a row. It wouldn't shock me, but I can't do it.
You know what? Screw it. I'm going to change mine. Denny Hamlin.
God.
Yeah. I think he's going to go.
I was feeling so good that you had Briscoe as your pick because I thought there wasn't a shot in hell he was going to win.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I originally had Briscoe. I'm going to go.
Fine.
I'm going to go with Denny.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
So my big crazy hot take for the end of the episode.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Reddick is your championship favorite anymore in the slightest. I
don't think so
either. I think
either.
this is Denny's championship to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he came on, and the reason I say this is a hot take, it might not be that hot in the community, but the way that I hate Denny Hamlin and will always talk about the fact that he will never win a championship makes this a hot take.
Yeah.
Now, however, I cannot wait for the points to reset and see him crumble in the last few races and just blow another championship.
We'll see, but
it's scary because I don't even have that level of confidence that this year he will blow it if he's in the position. It would almost have to be that he has to start tripping up late summer, like midsummer, late summer. Like if he makes it into the chase and survives the first couple races of the reset and can maintain a gap, I think he's going to be hard to beat. Because you really have to be in the top 5, maybe 6 to have a shot at the championship, unless you just pull a like Tony Stewart chase run and win like 5 of the 10 races.
Yeah, no.
But that's the thing is, let me go look at points because I wanted to bring points up before we finished this week. Denny Hamlin is within a race win of points. He is 51 points back. A race win is now 55.
Yeah.
And that is while This weekend was Reddick's first DNF of the year. That just
and wild.
puts it into perspective, the run that the 11 is on. And honestly, as crazy as it might sound, it was a quiet run until he just went back to back to get to 3 wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
But your top 6 where I feel like are in contention for winning the championship if it was to reset today are Reddick, Hamlin, Blaney, Elliott, Gibbs, and Larson. Now, however, I don't think that Gibbs or Larson is going to be a threat when it comes championship time. I think that I almost want to say I feel like Gibbs would be more of a threat for the championship than Larson, unless Larson really turns it around.
Yeah.
But you can't look like once you look past 6, it's hard to say that you don't feel like Hocevar can make a run to get into the top 6, that Buescher or Suarez can make a run to get into the top 6. If Bell could get a little luck on his side and finish some races, he's going to climb from 10th. And then on the flip side of it, I mean, Briscoe has made it into the top 13 now. He's one that is interesting because I could see the switch being flipped and start climbing, or I could see him just kind of plateauing back there.
Yeah.
Byron, I don't have a lot of hope for. I really don't. I feel like and it's not even like to pat myself on the back, but I feel like I really called it at the beginning of this year that like he's arguably the bottom of the barrel Hendrick driver. And that's not to dunk on him or anything. That's just to say, like, I feel like Hendrick has a deep lineup, and it's hard. It's easier to say that this year because you kind of can't throw Bowman into the argument. It's kind of a three horse race, and Elliott's the first. And like, while that might not shock me being an Elliott fan and always having that belief in him, it's still a little shocking for, I feel like, most people that he is like the standard of Hendrick this year.
Yeah.
He is the like face of Chevy so far this year. Larson hasn't won. Larson has 5 top 5s and 8 top 10s. While that's not bad, I mean, it's the same as Chase. He just doesn't have the wins, but that's not what you expect out of Larson.
Yeah, you expect 5 wins.
Because Hocevar, 4 top 5s, 7 top 10s. He's not far behind. And then Suarez is 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s. So, I mean, they're not that far behind.
Yeah.
Like, while it is still a close race in Chevy, and why I say that, like, Larson is being a disappointment, it is just because, quite honestly, the way he has talked and carried himself and the way that all of his fans are about he is the best driver in the world, and he's not.
No.
He's not even the best driver in NASCAR right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
The back half of the playoffs, SVG is interesting because while he is figuring ovals out, he can't really afford the DNQs.
Yeah.
Or I meant DNFs, not DNQs. But we're coming up to San Diego where he has a good shot. Brad, I wonder if he can hold on. And then I feel like, in a way, while it's feeling like a dogfight between Cindric and Logano for the last one in, that Eric Jones is just going to pass both of them.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But the points are getting very interesting, and this is like what a year to be debuting the return of the chase.
Yeah.
Because, like, honestly, if this was playoffs, I don't feel like you have the same feelings about these people because Larson can go out and win one race and then be right back in championship favorite contention. But right now, being 216 points out of first.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Anything else for this week?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, this has been the Checkered Chat. I am Justin.
I am Blake.
And I am your father.
And I am Groot.
And
I don't think
I
there's
am
much
inevitable.
Okay.
Anyways, that's the last one I could think of.
We can go on that
Anyways, you guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and you can't forget about it, Audible. We will see you guys next week. Bye.